Today, you'll be practicing a 1-hour total body yoga class filmed live in Amsterdam. We all need a community. It's great that we're able to practice yoga at home and build a connection with ourselves, but when you don't connect with your tribe, you can feel lonely and disconnected. Luckily, you don't need to feel that way. I know about the need for connection. I can isolate. I'm a homebody. But I've been traveling lately and meeting Fightmaster yogis from many different countries. I feel connected to you guys, and I've seen strong connections grow up amongst our group. Let me know if you want to meet Fightmaster yogis around you. Comment below where you're from, look at the other comments, and reach out to someone who's near you. Once we take our yoga practice into the real world and connect with like-minded friends, we can create an even more beautiful community around us. My dream is that one day we could all travel anywhere around the world and have this wonderful community who's ready to welcome us in. Together we can step out of our own little worlds and step into a magical world larger than we ever dreamed possible. Enjoy this yoga practice today. And if you want to help build this cool tribe of like-minded yogis around the world, reach out and let us know where you're from. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because many great yoga classes are on their way.
This is what it's like. But usually it's just Duke and I. And he's standing there and, we're at the beach or whatever, and he's all, yoga for whatever, take one. Very, very professional. Okay, so we're going to sit up nice and tall. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? I'm ready too. Let's sit up nice and tall. And close your eyes. And start to find where your sitting bones are. So once you find the sitting bones, begin to create some heaviness there. Or to feel them sink down deeper into the mat. And even visualize them sinking down deeper toward the center of the earth, very heavy. And then feel that support. Feeling support is one way to boost our confidence. Now from this very supportive position sitting, begin to extend through all four sides of the waist. Try to lift the belly up off of the thighs toward the low ribs. And lengthen the spine. And lift the chest. Draw the shoulder blades gently toward the waist. Keep the crown of the head lifting toward the ceiling, but keep your chin parallel with the floor. And then begin to come into your Ujjayi pranayama with a slight constriction in the back of the throat. And try and keep your inhales and your exhales equal in length, keeping the breath sthira and sukham, steady and comfortable. Let's bring our hands together in front of the heart, setting our intention today. So may our practice help us to cultivate the confidence that we need for anything that our life brings us. As we move through our practice today with confidence on our mats, allow that to be a way that we can translate the confidence off of our mats and into the rest of our lives. And now add any kind of intention for your practice that you would like, your personal intention. Now let's offer up all of our intentions with the divine sound of Om. So exhaling everything out. Inhaling for Om. Release the hands and let your eyes softly blink open. And then we'll make our way onto our backs and just lie back with your knees bent to begin. So we move through our warm-up. So taking an inhale here and an exhale. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Now inhale, draw your right knee into your chest and extend your left leg out onto the mat. Begin to circle your right ankle in one direction. I know, working out the cracks and the pops, and circle in the other direction. Good. Pop, pop, pop. And then for just a few breaths, we'll inhale, extend the right leg up toward the ceiling just to stretch out the hamstrings a little bit. Whoa! That was more than it seemed it would be, huh? So holding on anywhere along the leg behind the thigh, you can down by the calf or the foot, but draw your right hip forward as you extend that right leg up. Good. Make sure the left leg is active, pointing the toes up to the ceiling. And remember, if you point your toes up and your heel comes up, be sure to ground the heel back down. Good. Take one more breath here. Oh, sorry. And let's rebend the right knee and hold on to the shin again. Good. And now take a breath in. As you exhale, lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Good. Breath in here. Exhale the left leg off the mat. Great. Now you can stay with this. If it bothers your neck at all though, cradle your head in your hands instead if you have any neck issues. If you want to work a little bit harder, you can reach your fingertips forward. You don't have to, it's just an option. Oh my gosh, my stomach is making so many noises right now. I hope it doesn't come through on the microphone. You can cut that out later, right? 3 breaths, 2 breaths, and 1. Release. Hug both knees into the chest. Take a breath here. And then keep your left knee hugging in and extend your right leg out. Start to circle the left ankle in one direction. And reverse it. Not as many pops on this side, huh? And then inhale to extend your left leg up toward the ceiling. And again, holding on behind the thigh or some tight hamstrings this morning. So hold on anywhere along the leg, but do draw the left hip toward the front of the mat. Take a couple long breaths here. How's the knee today?
It's okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You're just going to do what you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Take one more breath here. Good. And then we'll hug the left knee into the chest again. And lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. Draw the belly in as much as you comfortably can. And lift your right leg off the mat. So once again, if your neck bothers you here, please cradle your head. If you want to work a little bit harder, reach your fingertips forward. Good. For 3 breaths. Keep lifting. And 2. And 1. Release. Hug both knees into the chest. And rock a little bit here, side to side. Great. And then roll off to your right side and use your left hand to press yourself up, making your way onto the hands and knees onto table position. Line up your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And we'll just do a couple rounds of cat and cow to warm up the spine. So as you inhale, bring your chest forward, lift your chin and tailbone up. Good. As you exhale, round the back, bring your chin towards your chest, pull your ribs and belly in and up. Again, inhale to come forward, widen the collarbone, shoulder blades toward the waist, and then exhale, rounding the back, chin toward chest. Good. Do 2 more at your own pace. I'll make it 3. 3 more at your own pace, and then no rush, but whenever you're finished, come into child's pose. Good. Each time you move through cat and cow, see if you can take a little longer breath. Good. And as you make your way to child's pose, again, no rush, but as you get there, you can rest your head on the mat, or you could make fists with your hands, rest your head on your hands. Knees can be wide or closer together, whatever you like. Make it a comfortable one. So as always, this is your resting pose, and you can take it anytime you like. If you find for whatever reason in your body that this pose is not restful, then take another pose that is. Just feel free and comfortable to take care of yourself whenever you need to. Good. Now as you inhale, we're going to make our way back up onto hands and knees. But we're going to walk our hands and knees closer. So we're going to make a short table. Yeah, just a kind of, just maybe this far between your hands and your knees. That's awkward, I know. There's a reason, don't worry. So we're going to reach the right leg back and up on your inhale and drop the outer hip. And then as you exhale, start to bend your right knee, take it out to the side and try and touch it up on your right shoulder or tricep. Good. Round your back. Press away from the floor. Pull the ribs and belly in. Press the knee on the arm. Good. And then extend it back again. Inhale, drop the outer hip and return it down. Good. Inhale, left leg back and up from the inner thigh, drop the outer hip. As you exhale, we're going to open up that knee and hip and swing it around to the tricep. I know it's a little awkward. It'll all make sense later, I promise. Press away from the floor, pull the ribs and belly in. And extend it back and drop it down. Okay, good. Now we'll walk the hands forward so that your wrists are under shoulders and knees are under hips. And now we'll extend the right leg back and lift it up again from the inner thigh, dropping the outer hip down. Pull your ribs and belly in a lot, and then reach your left arm forward. Good. Keep dropping the outer hip of the lifted leg, ribs and belly in and up. Take an inhale, stretch out through the arm and leg. Exhale, slowly pull the elbow knee down the center, round the back. And again, inhale to extend, reach out. Exhale, draw it in. Last one, inhale, stretch out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach it out again. As you exhale, keep the leg up for a moment, but return the hand down. Now tucking the back toes under, keep the leg straight and just set the ball of the foot on the floor. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, draw your left knee into your chest. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, plank. Exhale, stretch into down dog. First down dog of the day, so feel free to bicycle your legs. Just make sure your arms are shoulders distance and the feet are hips width. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Press onto the base of your fingers as your forearms lift. Now stretch back for a breath. And then inhale. Begin to bend your knees. Bend, bend, bend. Look toward your hands. And keep moving forward slowly until you take your knees back down to the floor. Good. Then make sure your wrists are again underneath your shoulders and your knees are still under your hips. I know the sweatshirts are coming off already. It's working. All right. Here we go, left side. So extend the left leg back. And as you inhale, lift it up from the inner thigh, drop the outer hip down, pull the ribs and belly in, and then right arm forward. Great. Inhale here, stretch. Exhale, slowly pull the knee, elbow in towards center. Inhale, reach out. And exhale slowly, like you're moving through water, make some resistance. One more time, inhale. Exhale, bring it down the center. Inhale, reach it out. Keep the leg up a moment, but take your right hand back down. And then with the left toes tucked under, set the ball of the left foot onto the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, plank, top of a push-up. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees can be up or down. We're going to lower all the way to the belly. Hug the elbows in. Then slide the hands by the low ribs. Make sure elbows are up. Pull your belly in. Inhale, just a little cobra. And then lower back down. So we'll tuck the toes under. You can keep your knees down if you want to. Take an inhale. Exhale to plank. And then back to down dog. Good times, huh? Pressing up to plank from the floor. Good work. So we'll stretch back here for a few breaths. If you still want to bicycle the legs because your poor hamstrings are a little tight, that's fine. You can even keep a slight bend in the knees as you're continuing to warm up. I'm giving hands-on adjustments, but my hands are cold. They will warm up soon, I'm sure.
Can you stay?
It's good. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And 1 more long breath in. Exhale everything out. Bend your knees, look up to your hands, and lightly step feet to hands, or hop. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Press through the feet and inhale to reach all the way up for Urdhva Hastasana. Just pausing here for a moment. Let's just make sure that our lower back isn't overarching, so lengthen your butt bones down and ribs pull in. So instead of this, it's like not the gymnast pose, but the regular yoga one. And Samastitihi. Good. All right. Surya Namaskar A. Please feel free to modify with your knees down in Chaturanga and stay with low cobra if upward facing dog doesn't work for your body. Okay? And same for you at home, okay, same for you at home. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips to fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step or float, find Chaturanga. You know how to do it from yesterday. Inhale, press up dog or cobra, your choice. Exhale, back into down dog. Good, we'll stay here for 5 breaths. So again, keep the breath nice and steady. Little constriction in the back of the throat as you breathe. For 4, let's just pull these ribs in a little bit, yeah. 3, exhale. 2, exhale. 1, exhale everything out. Bend the knees, look up, lightly step or hop feet to hands. Beautiful. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root through the feet, reach all the way up with a long spine, ribs and belly in. Exhale, Samasthiti. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips to fold. Inhale, look up to lengthen. Exhale, step or float through chaturanga. Shoulders no lower than elbows. Inhale, press through the hands and feet. Exhale, stretch all the way back into down dog. Again, breathing here in down dog, and at any time you want to break, take it. Keep drawing the lower belly in and up. As you press onto the base of your fingers, lift your forearms, and as best you can, turn your outer upper arms, your triceps back toward the back of the mat, and your inner upper arms, your biceps, toward the front of the mat. Good. Take one more long breath in. Exhale everything out. Bend the knees, keep your hips high, lightly step or hop feet to hands. Inhale, look up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, reach all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. One more. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga, stepping or floating, really nice. Inhale, press through the hands and feet. Exhale, stretch all the way back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Your chaturangas are looking great. Yes, good. So keep lifting ribs and belly in and up as you stretch the weight up to the hips. Reach it down toward the heels. Firm the leg muscles. And make sure the outer edges of your feet are parallel. So when you look back, you won't see your heels because your toes will be in just a little bit more than the heels. Good. Take one more long breath in. Exhale everything out. Bend the knees, hips high, lightly step or hop feet to hands. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Pressing down to rise up on your inhale. Exhale for Samasthiti. Very nice. Close your eyes here, hands at heart center or by your sides. We'll just take 3 breaths. So we start to notice the effects of the sun salutations on the body. And let the eyes softly blink open for Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend the knees, sit back. Exhale, fold, straightening the legs. Inhale, look up to lengthen. Exhale, step or float through chaturanga. Remember, you can always take the knees down. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretch back. As you inhale, step your right foot up, spin your back heel down for warrior one. Heel to heel alignment or wider. Then exhale, lower right back down. Keep your elbows hugging in, your belly lifted. Inhaling up. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale, the left foot steps back, heel down for Virabhadrasana. Exhale to lower back down. Inhale, press through the hands and feet. And exhale, stretch all the way back. Again, evening out the breath here. If the breath is not evening out, it's getting away from you, then that means take a rest. Good. So again, best you can. Inhales and exhales equal in length. For 3 breaths. Two breaths. And one more long breath in. Exhale everything out. Bend the knees, look up, lightly step or hop feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale to stand, Samasthiti. Good. We'll do one more, and this one is at your own pace, and modify or make adjustments as you like. If another Surya Namaskar B is just too much right now, remember, as long as you're breathing, you're practicing. So you could lie down on your back and breathe. That can be your expression of Surya B. If you don't know Surya B, do what you do know. Okay? Do it the way that you want to do it. Ready? Here we go. So inhale, begin. Whenever you make it to your last down dog, which of course there's no rush, but whenever you make it there, just hold your down dog, or you can take the knees down in a child's pose. If you come forward just a little bit this way for a moment, so just for a moment, so I can do that, and now go back. Yeah, and stop right about there and keep the ribs drawn in. Yeah, that way you won't overstretch this. We'll stay for just a few more breaths. It was really nice just listening to everybody breathe as you were moving through your Surya B. Good. Let's take, so if you're in child's pose, consider coming back to down dog. If you're not quite ready yet, then come back when you are. Take one more long breath in. Exhale everything out. Bend the knees, look to the hands, lightly step or hop feet to hands. Good. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips as you inhale. And exhale to Samastitihi. So take our feet hips width apart. And inhale, bring hands to hips, look up and lengthen. As you exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. You can take your first two fingers around your big toes if you can reach. Bend the knees as needed. Look up, lengthen, inhale, and then fold as you exhale. If that's too much, you can grab your elbows instead. Good. If the legs are straight, make sure to pull up on your kneecaps, firm your quadricep muscles, and shift the weight toward the balls of your feet. Reach the crown of the head toward the floor. So your hips are not that wide. Go a little wide. No, not at all. There you go. Reach the crown of the head toward the floor. Pull the lower belly in. One more breath. So this is Padangusthasana. Then inhale, come halfway up, lengthen, and we'll do Padahastasana. So we'll step our padas on our hastas, or feet onto hands. As you inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. This is just a nice way to stretch out your wrists after putting lots of pressure on them for our sun salutations. So bending the knees is a great way to do it if you can't reach quite yet. Now, your hips are not that wide. Go a little closer with your feet.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
That was a compliment.
Of course, yes. So one more breath here. Again, if your legs are straight, shift the weight toward the balls of the feet slightly. Good. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, look up. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips. As you inhale, come all the way up to stand. Good. So I thought another posture, another thing that we could practice for confidence is the Agnisara breath. Remember that one? So the Agnisara breath can make you feel a little uncomfortable because you're exhaling all the air out of your whole body, and then you're pulling the belly in and up. So that's a strange feeling, as opposed to we're used to holding the breath in, but we're gonna hold it out and then pull in. So it can feel a little bit uncomfortable. So we'll do the best that we can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Thank goodness nothing does. So we'll take the feet about hips width apart, and some of you I've already talked to. Your hips are not as wide as you think. So think hip socket distance. That might help, okay? Bend your knees, take your hands right above your knees. Good. Take an inhale here and just an exhale. Good. Then we'll take another inhale. This time we'll exhale everything out till we're empty. Bottom of the exhale, pull the belly in and up as much as you can. Release the belly, inhale. Exhale everything out. Pull the belly in and up, holding. Release the belly, inhale. One more, exhale everything out. Pull it in, pull it up, hold. Release the belly, inhale. Stay here for your exhale. And hands to hips, come on up, inhale. Good. Really tones the abdominal muscles a lot. But did anyone feel a little uncomfortable with it? You guys are all pros, you guys. Yeah, a little bit. It can actually make you feel a little nervous, like that doesn't feel quite right. But then as you continue it, it's one of those things that becomes comfortable. It feels like, wow, that feels really nice. So let's turn and face this side of the room, facing the long side of the mat. And we'll turn our right leg all the way out and our back toes in slightly. Make sure you've lined up heel to arch with your feet, and then inhale, take your arms up. So remember, wrists above ankles, make sure you've got a long enough stance. And then as you exhale, we'll start to come into warrior two. We did that a lot yesterday, huh? Make sure your knee is moving toward the little toe side of your foot. And when you look down, you should just see, what do you see? You just see your big toe, right? So you can't see the middle toes because your knee is above them. Press through the outer edge of the back foot. Lift the belly, lift the chest, but soften through the shoulder blades. Good. Then from here, let's take the hands again behind the back and either interlace or hook thumbs. Roll the shoulder heads back as you inhale, look up, and then as you exhale, right shoulder toward right knee. And start to lift the arms, but remember, soften the elbow joints. Press through the outer edge of the back foot a lot. Take one more breath here. Really nice. Inhale, back up. Exhale, warrior two. And then inhale, straighten the front leg, reach both arms up. And then exhale, come back to warrior two. Good. Breathe in here. As you exhale, lean forward, take your right forearm to your right thigh, but lift your left arm straight up. Good. Lightly press the forearm so that you can turn your belly up toward the ceiling. And then with your top arm, we'll reach it forward in line with the ear on an inhale. And then as you exhale, sweep it down and bring it behind your back. Take it to the low back or reach around hooking the thigh, and then start to roll the top shoulder back. Great. If you want to go deeper, you can take your right hand down, holding the ankle or using a block or to the floor. Just make sure that knee is moving toward the little toe side of the foot still. Good. Take another breath here. And then as you inhale, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale there, press down into the front heel. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, and then straighten the front leg. Inhale, and release the arms. Exhale. Bring your feet to parallel. And we'll do the other leg. So turning the left leg all the way out from the hip, back toes in slightly, line up heel to arch. Inhale, bring your arms up at shoulder height. And exhale, bend the left knee over the ankle. Good, make sure the knee is moving toward the little toe side of the foot, and it's right above the ankle. We definitely don't want the knee to go past the ankle, but it's not even that good for it to be behind the ankle. Good. Press the back thigh back, lift the back inner thigh up, and then widen across the collarbones, lift the chest, and let your shoulder blades relax a bit. Really good. Keep the lower belly lifted gently. And then inhale, take your arms behind you. Do the other interlace, pinky or thumb. Roll the shoulder heads back, look up, inhale. Exhale, coming forward, left shoulder toward left knee. Great. Keep pressing into the front heel and through the outer edge of your back foot. Let your head hang any amount, whatever feels good for your neck to lengthen. And continue Ujjayi for 3 breaths. Great. And 2. Good. And inhale, come on back up. Exhale, release the arms. Good. Turn your palms up and inhale to straighten the front leg, reach up. Just a little break. I'm thinking of you. And then palms out, exhale, bend the knee again. Good. Now lean your torso forward, left forearm to left thigh. Reach your right arm straight up to the ceiling first. Good. Make sure that knee is still above the ankle and toward the middle toes. Then reach your right arm toward the front of the mat. And now exhale, sweep it down, bring it behind you, resting on the low back or reach around to hook the thigh. Either way, do the best you can to roll your top shoulder back. Gently press your left forearm onto the thigh to bring bottom ribs forward and spin top ribs back. And then, if you want to take it deeper, you can take your left hand down to the ankle or the floor or a block if you've got one. Continue to draw your left sitting bone, your front hip, underneath you. And then see if you can lean your torso back over your front thigh. Good. So put your head in my hand and lean back. Yes, that looks great. Good. Just another breath here. Now inhale, extend your right arm up. Exhale, inhale, press into the front heel, come all the way up, warrior 2, exhale, inhale, straighten the leg. Beautiful, take your feet to parallel, toes pointing in just slightly toward each other, so the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Bring your arms up, inhale, exhale, interlace your fingers or hook your thumbs behind you. Open the chest as you inhale and fold forward as you exhale. As you fold forward, crown of the head will reach toward the floor. Check where the weight is in the feet. If it's in the heels, remember to shift it a little toward the balls of your feet. Now imagine that you're holding a block between your inner thighs or a big beach ball between your inner thighs, and you're holding it pretty tightly so it doesn't go away. Good. Take one more breath here. Firm the legs, but make sure that your knee joints are not locked. Very good. As you inhale, come on up with your nice long spine. And then release your hands. Keep the legs as they are. Inhale, bring the arms up again, shoulder height. Exhale, bring them behind, other pinky or thumb on top. Roll the shoulder heads back, inhale, and then fold in, exhale. Once again, Prasarita Padottanasana, C. Second time, easier, yes? No. Check again where the weight is in the feet. If it's in the heels, shift it toward the balls of the feet. Really firm the legs all the way up into the hip sockets, pinning the outer hips in towards center and the inner thighs in towards center. Good. Take another breath here. You won't fall, I promise. And then as you inhale, come on up with a nice long spine. Good, releasing the hands. Inhale, arms to a T. Hold the breath in. Step or hop, feet together. And then exhale. Good. Turn back to the front. Woo. Woo. I've lost track of time. That's okay, I'll check in a moment. I'm not ready to check. What? Okay. All right, so back to Tadasana at the front of the mats. We'll inhale and reach the arms up. And hinge from the hips as you exhale, fold. And inhale to look up, lengthen. And exhale, step or float back through chaturanga. Remember, shoulders no lower than elbows. Then inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretch all the way back. Good. As you inhale, float your right leg back and up and float it from the inner thigh so the outer hip drops down so you have nice level hips. Good. As you exhale, start to bend your knee, bring it right down the center, shoulders above wrists, let it hover. Yes, look between your hands, step it by the right hand. Yes. Now, we're going to bring our hands to the inside of the right foot. We can stay with the back knee off the floor or we can drop it down. That's completely your call. But what I want you to do is make sure your knee is over your ankle and pointed straight ahead. Okay? So you can stay where you are now, pulling the right hip back, zip in the belly, long spine. So try not to let the back round here, but lead with your chest. Or you can come down to your forearms, or if you have a block, you can put your forearms on a block. Hip opening. Now as you come down, today, just for today, we'll squeeze the right knee in toward the right shoulder. If your knee does not want to do that and it's going out to the right, you can't make it go straight, it's okay. Just make sure you turn your toes in the same direction because we always want the knee over the middle toes. But if today you can keep your knee and toes pointed straight ahead, then do it. Good. Nice hip stretch. No. All right, just a couple more breaths here. Really good. All right. Take one more breath. And then as you inhale, we'll come up onto the hands if you're on your forearms. Bring your hands on either side of the front foot, so you might walk it in a little bit if you need to. And then step it back to plank. You can go right into down dog, or if you would love a vinyasa, exhale through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog or cobra. Exhale back through down dog. Only if you love it. As you inhale, float the left leg back and up from the inner thigh. Dropping the outer hip so hips are level. Very good. As you exhale, bend the knee, bring it forward, hover your shoulders over your wrists, and draw your knee in toward your belly. Take an inhale. Exhale, step it up by the hand. Yeah. Then walk your hands on the inside of your left foot, and your left foot might go to the left a little. Good. So remember, you can put your back knee down if you like, but just check out your knee. Make sure it's above the ankle and it's pointed straight ahead if at all possible. If not possible, then turn your toes out a little bit too. Inhale, create a nice long spine, chest forward. Exhale, stay or down to the forearms or forearms on a block. Good. Breathing here in lizard pose. Oh, that's good. You have a pillow that will come in handy today. Good. Keep the breath nice and steady. Nice. Good. So if you are down on your forearms, make your way up onto your hands. Toes are already tucked. We'll make our way into plank and make sure shoulders are over the wrists. So you can lift into down dog from here or exhale through chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling back to down dog. Good work. Let's take the knees down for a little bit of a child's pose. Oh. So take a few breaths here, resting. So as you're here, really still keep some attention to your breath. You Continue to try and keep your inhales and exhales equal in length. And also come back to your personal intention. So whatever the intention is that you set for this practice today, take a moment to honor that. And then take one more breath here. And let it go. And reach the arms forward once again. Shoulders distance apart. Start to spread the fingers wide. So make sure that your wrists and your elbows come off the mat so it's a very active arm position. And then press into the base of your fingers and stretch your spine out by pressing your hips back toward the heels. As long as your knees are okay with it. See if you can make this very active in the arms and stretching the spine. Nice. And now keep this and make your way up onto your knees and tuck your toes and back into downward facing dog. Good. From here, we're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat and take your feet about as wide as the mat. And some of us will turn the toes out. We're coming to Malasana. So the important thing is toes and knees line up. So if you can do Malasana with your feet parallel and your knees facing straight ahead of you, it's fine. But if you cannot, then turn your toes out so your knees and toes will track. Good. And if it's not for you, then if you've got blocks there, you can sit on blocks or you can just come up halfway. That works too. Yeah, careful of your knee, yeah. Yeah, not for you today. You can do forward fold instead. Good. All right. So one more breath here. We're working on those hips. And then we'll take the hands back down to the mat. Walk yourself to down dog once again. Feet back to hips width. And then look forward and come through to seated, but don't get too excited. I know. Well, you could, I suppose, but you might get disappointed. If you have blocks with you today, you can do this next thing with blocks. If you don't, we'll still do it without blocks. But if you do have blocks, here's what we're going to do, just so you know what's happening. We're going to make our way onto our back. A block if you have it, or you're going to take your hands between your knees and lift. And you're trying to bring your knees in toward your shoulders and your shoulders up toward your knees as you squeeze. Then we'll release. If you've got the block, you'll take it a little bit wider. And then third time widest. Okay. So if we don't have blocks, we're going to do the same thing with our arms. And then we'll take them a little bit wider and a little bit wider. So make your way onto your back. Use your hands to roll down carefully if you have any issues with the back. Okay. So if you've got your block, put it the skinniest way between your inner thighs. If not, just bring your hands together between your knees. Yeah. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift up. So lift the head and shoulders and try and bring your knees in toward your shoulders and your shoulders up toward your knees for 3 breaths. Great work. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the legs. 2. And 1. Come on down. Good. So if you've got your block, you're just going to remove it. Put it on its side so it's like the medium width. If you've got your hands there, just take them a little bit apart. Maybe that much. I'm afraid to say how many centimeters because I don't know. So take an inhale. Exhale, lift again, head and shoulders. Bring the knees in toward the shoulders. So with your hands there, you're going to squeeze your legs against your arms. You're going to press your arms against your legs as well. 3. Keep breathing though. 2. And release. Very nice. So if you've got your block, you can take it the widest way. Okay. If you're using your arms, this much. This many centimeters. All right. So take an inhale. Exhale, lift. Last one. Lift up. Draw your knees in toward your shoulders. Lift your shoulders toward your knees. Press your arms away. Squeeze your legs in towards center. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the legs. 3, good. I see shaking. You guys are working really well too. And 1, release. Oh, water bottle. That was very brilliant. Good job. Very nice. Okay. I think we're just about ready for Bakasana. Yeah. So hug your knees into your chest. Your choice, you can roll back and forth to come up to seated, or you can roll to your right and press up to seated. All right. So usually when I have props available, I'll have everybody take a folded blanket and put it at the front of the mat. If you have something soft, like your sweatshirt or anything like that, or a pillow, you can put that at the front of your mat, and that's sort of like your little safety net. If you don't, it's fine. It's just, you know, you're just going right into the courage thing a little bit quicker. All right. The first Bakasana that we'll do, or crane or crow pose, will come from the lower Malasana. And the reason is because if you're coming down low, it's easier to just kind of lean your weight forward. So if you're in Malasana and you bring your hands down, you'll, just like we did when we were on our backs, we're gonna squeeze the legs onto the arms, and we did that in the beginning of class too, right? Squeeze the legs on the arms, shift the weight forward, keep your gaze up, do not look down, otherwise you'll go down. That's the trick. And squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And rounding the back a little bit, pull in through the belly. So drishti is focal point, and it's very powerful. It's where the energy goes. So if you're in this posture and you look down, that's where you'll go. Seriously. I've had it happen. It's no joke. So from here, let's come on to hands and knees, and we'll stretch back into a down dog. And then depending on where your soft space is, either walk the feet toward the hands or hands toward the feet, whatever works, and come toward Malasana. So in this Malasana, your heels are welcome to come off the floor. Then your hands will come in front of you about, how many centimeters in a foot? 10 centimeters approximately, yeah? How many? This much. So hands in front of the feet about this much. So the trick with this also is that it's like a teeter-totter, and you know, with the teeter-totter there's a fulcrum in the middle, so you have to balance both sides of your body on that center. So you're balancing the body weight in the center, so you have to move far enough forward in order to get the back up, okay? So don't be afraid to come forward a little bit more than you think that is safe. So, but do be safe. Okay, so we're gonna bring the hands in front of the feet, squeeze the knees on the outsides of the arms, right above the elbow. Keep your gaze forward, and then lean forward, lean, lean, lean. Keep squeezing the legs on the arms, squeeze, 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 and then maybe a foot will come up. Maybe they, look at you guys and gals. That was great. Really good. Super good. And then, yes, and then come down to rest. That was great.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. So yeah, circle the wrists. I know it's a lot on the wrists. So if that worked well for you to start low, and this is new to you, I would recommend staying with that and practicing that. If you want to come in toward the more traditional-ish way, then it's this kind of the same setup, but instead of having your knees wider, your knees are facing front. Hands in front of the feet, and then knees toward the armpits, and look forward. And again, you have to shift your weight, and I'm still squeezing my legs toward each other, and then pressing away from the floor and rounding the back. And then chaturanga. Sorry, that was just a little show-offy. So practicing either way, we'll just have a little more time to play because we will have to wrap it up after that. But knees wide, or take the knees toward the armpits. Penny, that's great. I always call you Penny now, forever. Forever.
You are allowed to do that.
I was going to tell you, your Instagram I've been watching for so long, you've had such a transformation over the last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's amazing to see.
You're a good part of it. Thanks to
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Really good. Remember, keep the gaze forward. That is very important. Excellent. Yes, and if you do have blocks, this is wonderful.
Oh, you taught me that.
I love this.
Yeah, you taught me that.
So I usually do teach it on blocks, but not everybody has them. But that's great. If you do have blocks, you can practice with your feet on the blocks, either 1 or 2 blocks, and then you don't have as far to go. Remember, keep the gaze forward. These look really good. It's a lot on the wrists, I know. And you'll pull your belly in a lot, more than you think you're supposed to. Ooh, nice and steady. Who called me? Yes. It can be at first. Eventually, as you engage more here, you won't be as heavy onto here. Yeah,
it's more.
But yeah, when you first start it, it's not uncommon, especially if you do a lot of them, to get a little bruise back here. I've seen that happen.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So then
Yes. But as you're engaging your core muscles more and more, then your legs will be lighter on your arms.
Impossible. It's for me.
Impossible?
This for me is higher than that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's good. I mean, whatever works then. I know some people find this one easier because you're just lower and you just kind of lean. But yeah, if the hips aren't liking it, that could be. Yeah.
Look forward. And then work better, I think.
Yeah, good. So it worked the other way better for you?
No, like I said, the more
This way. More traditional. Good. Perfect. Even better. So remember, squeeze the legs toward each other even if they're not wide. All right. It looks like everyone did a fantastic job. And I'm very proud. I feel very proud of all of you. And I thank you for practicing this one. So let's cool down a little bit. We'll make our way to child's pose first. So in our child's pose, we can start to even out the breath. So in child's pose, even out the breath. Even out the breath. And just let all tension release. Great. Release shoulders and jaw. Good. And then reaching the arms forward. Wrists and elbows come up. Make your way up onto the knees and then back into down dog. Just one more dog. Good. So if you feel like your body would really enjoy taking one last vinyasa, otherwise stay in down dog, okay? So inhale to plank, exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog might feel nice. Stretch out the belly. And then exhale to down dog. And now we'll look forward and come through to seated again. And make your way again slowly onto your back for a bridge pose. Those of you that have blocks, if you want to take supported bridge, grab your block and have it handy. Are you so sad? Do you want me to see if someone has an extra? Bend your knees. Take your heels underneath the knees. Good. Press down into the heels. As you inhale, begin to lift into bridge. So you can stay here or roll the shoulders under or grab the sides of the mat. We're only doing one bridge pose, so if you want to do your supported bridge pose now, grab your block and slide it underneath the base of your spine. So on this one bridge pose today, lengthen sitting bones towards the backs of the knees, toes in a little bit. There you go. Good. Spiral the thighs in, keep the chin away from the chest, neck long. Really good. One more breath. And release and lower down and hug your knees into your chest. Good. Give your knees a hug and gently rock yourself side to side. Good. And then just lying flat on your back like you are, lift your legs up toward the ceiling. Yeah, stretch them out that way. So you can stay right here, Or some of you might choose to go in a little bit deeper by holding the backs of the thighs and starting to bring your thighs toward your belly. So think of a forward fold but upside down. So your thighs toward your belly, your butt will come up off the floor. And just kind of draw it in that way. Yeah, you can hold your toes too, that's nice. Ubaya Padangusthasana, I think it's called. Really nice. Good. Take another breath here. And then we'll slowly release the legs, bending the knees, taking the feet back to the floor. Hug your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg out. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, we'll twist. So bringing the right leg over to the left for a twist. If that's too intense, bend your left knee as well. Looking over your right shoulder if that feels all right on your neck. Good. Now take an inhale. Exhale.
As far as it goes.
Okay. Is that too much?
No, that's okay.
And then slowly back through center. Hug your left knee into your chest and then extend the right leg out. Inhale here. Exhale, bring it over to the right. Looking over the left shoulder. And again, if that seems a bit intense, then bend both knees. Inhale. Exhale. Is that good? Neck. Look straight up instead if it hurts. Yeah, so you don't have to turn the neck. And inhale, make your way through center. Exhale, hug knees into chest. Good. And then we'll slowly make our way to our final resting pose. So if you want to cover up or little, put your warm socks on. Take a few moments so that you can, once you get into your final resting pose, you can really, really relax there. I'll see if I can dim the lights. To come into your Savasana, allow your feet to flop open, your arms by your sides with your palms facing up. Release any tension away from the shoulders and jaw. Right where you are, take a slightly deeper breath in. As you exhale, start to make some movements in your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, and your arms and your legs. As you inhale, stretch your arms overhead. And then taking the arms down by your sides. Bend your knees, rolling to the right. Pause a moment here to come back to your intention and to thank yourself for taking your practice. And then slowly make your way up to seated. And sitting up nice and tall, rest your hands on your legs or hands together in front of the heart. I have a quote for our class today from the Buddha. Be a lamp to yourself. Be your own confidence. Hold on to the truth within yourself as to the only truth. So using this confidence that you felt today, taking a pose that can be a little bit scary. You did well today, and you can take this confidence with you wherever you go. So let's close our practice today with the divine sound of Om. Exhale everything out. And inhale for Om. Bringing the hands to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. And our hands to the heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And the hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communication, sending out this positive energy that we created today to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Excellent job. Good work. Thank you. Yay!
Great job, Yogi. Let me know in the comments where you're from and if you would like to meet up with other cool yogis. Go to fightmasteryoga.com for daily yoga practice. Remember, practice yoga, feel better.